In this video, we will review the personal information quadrant, which is the first one. So go ahead and click on that. And you'll see that the very first section is asking you if you would be okay with communication from the college you have applied to via email, mail, or text prior to the submission of your application. You can say yes or you can say no, it's up to you, but you do have to make a selection. Following that question, you have a question about common application communicating with you. Again, this is via email, phone, or text. And this is regarding your account or relevant information. If you're okay with them communicating with you, you can say yes. If you're not, you can say no. I'm going to say yes and save and continue to the next section. Biographical information. So you have biographical information you have to fill out here. There's an alternative name. If you have one, you click yes. A preferred name, if you have one, you click yes. And then you actually have to state your sex as male or female, but you have a box to give more information or say more if you'd like. This is optional. Lower down, you have to report your birth information, your date of birth, your country of birth, city, state, and county. When you've completed this section, you can click on Save and Continue. And if you have any additional questions about this section, you can actually go to the top and click on the blue link that says click here for more information. Contact information. The first section is asking for your current address. Where are you now? Where can they send you information? If you're planning on moving, you can click on the calendar and say through which approximate dates this address is good for. And if that's the case and you're planning on moving, then this is not your permanent address. You can click on no, this is not my permanent address, and another box will pop up for you to report your permanent address. I will say yes, this is my permanent address, and I'm going to leave that calendar date empty. If you scroll further down, you can see a phone number and an email address. If you find any typos or mistakes you'd like to fix, you will have to scroll all the way to the top of the screen, find your name on the right-hand side, click the down arrow, and go to My Profile. If you go to My Profile, you'll be able to make changes. And again, if you have questions about this page, you can click on that click here for more information link, and it'll open up another page with more information for you. When ready, click on Save and Continue. Citizenship information. So you'll see in this section that all the questions have asterisks. I wrote that I was a US citizen from the United States and I don't have dual citizenship. Then it pre-populated 3 questions for me. What is the legal state of residence? I said California. Legal county of residence, Santa Barbara County. How long have you been a resident of your state? And I said more than 10 years. If you are an undocumented student, for the very first question, US citizenship status, go ahead and select none. Then for the next question, country of citizenship, you select the country where you are a citizen or the country of origin. For example, maybe it's Argentina. Do you have dual citizenship? You could say no or you can say yes, whichever one applies to you. And you'll notice that the questions under residency information have changed now. Now I have 4 questions. Legal state of residence. I'm still going to select California. Legal county of residence. For legal county, I'm going to say Santa Barbara County. How long have you been a resident of your state? More than 10 years. How long have you lived in the US? I'm going to say more than 10 years. So just go ahead and answer the questions the way that they pertain to you. And if you're an international student and you have a visa, you will say yes, and then you will report your alien registration number. When ready, click on Save and Continue. Race and ethnicity. You will see that this section is optional because nothing has a red asterisk. So go ahead and answer the questions if you're comfortable. If you're not comfortable, you can just save and continue. Military history. This question is required. What is your U.S. Armed Forces status? None, currently serving, previously served, currently dependent. None, currently serving, previously served, current dependent. I will select none, you make your selection, then click on Save and Continue. Other information. For this section, you will report what your first language is. I wrote Spanish, then I added an additional language, English, and wrote Advanced. You can add more languages if you speak and are proficient in more languages. As you scroll down, the next question says, did either of your parents receive a bachelor's degree or higher? If the answer is yes, you can click on yes, or if it's no, click on no. If you scroll further down, there's an optional question for your social security number. Future plans, career interests, this is a required section. You can scroll down and select the one that best describes what you're planning to do, or you can click on Other Undecided. The next question is asking the highest degree you intend to earn. I wrote bachelor's degree. Following that question, you have additional information. If there's additional information you would like to provide because there's been a disruption to your education, you can click on yes and another box will open up. If you need it, this space is yours to describe those impacts. Colleges care about the effects on your health and well-being, safety, family circumstances, future plans, and education, including access to reliable technology and quiet study spaces. For more information, check out our FAQ. Do you wish to share anything on this topic? Yes or no? You can say yes and type something in, or no. The next question says, do you wish to provide details of circumstances or qualifications not reflected in this application? You may wish to revisit this question once you review the rest of the application. So there might be a space for you to answer this, there might not be. So you can say no, or you can say yes. If you say yes, you'll have a pop-up box where you can write. The last question on this page said, have you ever been found responsible for a disciplinary violation at any educational institution you have attended from 9th grade forward, whether related to academic misconduct or behavioral misconduct that resulted in disciplinary action? These actions could include, but are not limited to, probation, suspension, removal, dismissal, or expulsion from the institution. If yes, you would write more information on that box at the bottom. If no, then the box will disappear. If you were on probation, this is where you would say what happened. So you would say when you were on probation, give approximate dates, the circumstances surrounding your probation. I'm going to select no, save and continue. Parent or guardian information. I'm getting this section because I said I was born after January 1st, 1998. If you were born before that, then you are an independent student. You won't have to fill out this section. But if you have to fill out this section, click on Add a Parent and then answer the questions. Relationship to the applicant, first name, last name, the gender of the parent. Are they living? Yes or no. The occupation. These bottom ones are optional because they don't have the red asterisks. And when ready, click on Save and Continue. If you accidentally got this page and you were born before January 1st, 1998, you can go to the extended profile and change your date of birth, and that'll get rid of this section. If you had questions about your guardian, but you were born before January 1st, 1998, you can click on yes, and that'll get rid of that section. So I just wanted to show you that after other information, the guardian page is gone, and that's because I said I was born before January 1st, 1998, and that would make me an independent student. So if you're a dependent student, you have to fill out that section. If you're an independent student, you can not fill out that section, but you need to make it go away by clicking on the extended profile, top right, click on extended profile, and then go from no to yes, because you accidentally clicked no, and you should have clicked yes. I was born before January 1st, 1998. When ready, click on Save and Continue to the next section. This last section is a common app fee waiver. So if you feel like you should qualify for a fee waiver, you click on yes, and then you click all that apply. So I'm going to say that I'm eligible for a Pell Grant. My annual income falls within the income eligibility guidelines set for USDA Food and Nutrition Service. My family receives public assistance. So you click all the ones that apply, and then you sign with your name here by typing it in. Then you click on Save and Continue. If you don't feel like you qualify for a waiver, you can click on No and then just Save and Continue.